to video number 5 of the series Exploring the Art of Singing. Last week we talked about our tongue and how it can affect our resonance. Today we will understand better how the sound that was enhanced by our resonators will be shaped into recognizable speech. When we sing, we are using tone and word. We are sharing a message. Each letter we say, a vowel or a consonant, will require certain modifications in our mouth. And these modifications are made by our articulators, such as the tongue, the upper lip, the lower lip, the upper teeth, the alveolar ridge, the hard palate, the soft palate, the uvula, free hanging end of the soft palate, the pharyngeal wall, and the glottis, space between the vocal cords. There are movable articulators and not movable ones, and depending on the way they interact with each other, we produce different sounds. Let's explore the consonant L as in love. The tip of your tongue will touch the alveolar ridge, this bony area right behind the upper teeth, and we call this articulation place alveolar. The same happens with T, D, and N. Let's try M, as in Mary. To produce this sound, your upper and lower lips need to touch each other. Your mouth is closed. The name of this type of articulation is bilabial. The same happens with P and B. Try to explore all the letters and pay attention to the interactions that happen between your articulators. You will find labial dental sounds when upper teeth and lower lip interact with each other, as in F and V. You have dental sounds when the tip of your tongue makes contact with upper teeth. In the English language, you have the TH sound, like in this thing. We have post-alveolar sounds when the blade of your tongue is in contact with the post-alveolar region. The sound is made a little further back, like in shine, the sh sound, and in vision, the j sound. Also, palatal sounds when the body of the tongue touches the hard palate, the hard part of the roof of the mouth. An example in English is the E sound, as in yes. Velar sounds when the back of the tongue raises towards the soft palate, like K as in kite, G as in great, the ing sound at the end of words like ring, baking. Keep investigating the sounds you make. This type of knowledge will help you understand your instrument. You will have better intonation, your communication will be more effective, and it will be easier for your audience to understand your message. One more thing that is important for us to know is the difference between a vowel and a consonant. A vowel is a sound made with your mouth fairly open. It's a less restricted sound. In our last lesson, I asked you to say all vowels, maintaining the tongue in the neutral position, tip of the tongue touching lower teeth. Let's do it again, and this time try noticing that only the body of your tongue is moving when you change from one vowel to another. The shape of the arch changes and your lips move slightly. We are gonna say the vowels in this order instead. I, E, A, O, U. We will start with what we call the most frontal vowel, E. Since the front part of your tongue is elevated and it's pretty tall, when you go to E, the elevation is smaller and it goes back a little bit. When we say A, the tongue is flat. There is zero tongue constriction. Then we have our first back vowel, since the back of the tongue starts to elevate, as in O and then U, which is at the opposite end of the vowel series. The back of the tongue is arched and really tall. Let's do it with me. E, E, A, O, U. A vowel is also regarded as the building material of the vocal tone, the nucleus of a syllable. They can all be sustained and they are normally voiced when there is phonation, meaning the vocal folds are vibrating. For you to feel that, place your fingers on the front part of your neck when saying the vowels. E, A, O. If there is vibration, the sound is voiced. But we can also whisper the vowels, no vibration, and still recognize them. The consonant is a sound made with your mouth fairly closed, more restricted sound. They don't form the center of the syllables, but they define the borders of them. They are sound interrupters, which means that they separate the vocal tone into recognizable speech. They can be voiced or unvoiced. Try saying B and P. When you do the first one, there is vibration happening in your vocal folds. Say basic and notice the vibration when doing the B sound, basic. And for the second one, there is no vibration, like in party, party. Another example, D and T. The first one requires phonation, but the second one doesn't. Say day. There is vibration when doing D. And say table. No vibration when doing T, table. During this week, explore your articulators, see which ones are needed to produce different sounds, and pay attention to the vibrations in your larynx. Speaking of vibrations, in our next lesson, we will talk about phonation and we will do exercises that will help us distinguish different ways to initiate our sound. See you next week.